I started immediately resourcing and emailing people during Hurricane Florence, people that I had gained emails while I was campaigning. So I started sending emails out. In fact, I'll never forget, I sent my first update out with Hurricane Florence, and my son, who's in the military, said, please don't ever send one of those out again without somebody spell checking it. I was like, okay, I guess you sound like an idiot. I said, oh, okay. I was trying to do the right thing. And so I may not be grammatically correct, but the point was to inform people. At that time, I remember one of the things that happened was when I had sent those emails out, somebody from the city had sent an email and said, that's not official. You don't listen to that. I want to let y'all know, you elected me. I'm as official as it gets. Okay? So my updates were not personal. They were for you as citizens. So one of the things I believe is that we have to do every means possible. I think councilmen should send emails. I think the mayor should send emails. I think we should do Pony Express. We should do whatever it takes to communicate with the citizens. I still don't believe it's a two-way street. I believe when it comes to you and your life and what's at stake, it is our responsibility to tell you everything. 100%. And I'm never going to quit beating that drum. I want to make sure that we communicate. If something affects you in this city, we should be telling you about it immediately. And if it's smoke signals, we should be putting it up.
I think it's improving. Do I think it's okay? No. In Florence, we were told to evacuate, so I left and went over to Switzerland because I thought that was far enough to go away. But over in Switzerland, I was trying to figure out what was going on over here, if I still had a house to come back to. There was nothing. I got on NOAA and saw the roads underwater, and the sand, and the beaches, but I didn't get it from the town. I got back and I said, okay, we need to pick up the trash. And they said, oh, FEMA's gonna come do it. And I go, no, FEMA's not gonna come do it. So I called a dumpster person. I said, bring me a dumpster. So they brought me a dumpster when I was in court. And when I came home at midnight, I loaded the dumpster up. And I did that for 5 days. As I left in the morning for court, they came and picked it up because I called them, and they brought me a new one, and I filled it up again at midnight. So that's how we in our neighborhood got it cleaned up. Not because anyone from the town said, we're gonna pick up your trash. So I contacted the mayor and I said, okay, can we put dumpsters out before we have re-entry so that everyone can throw their trash in a dumpster in specified areas so we don't have the trash blown all over the town for the next month or two? No, we can't do that. But we need better communication of what can we do to make cleanup easier so it doesn't get blown into the marsh, our breeding grounds. We need communication as to what we can do to get our contractors back on the island so that they can fix and salvage our houses before they get destroyed further. So yes, communication's improving. No, it's not where it needs to be.
The hurricane came, it went, no words, no communication, no nothing. Finally, one day we got a grainy aerial photograph that showed our houses. And we're very lucky. Our house was fine. The neighbor's house roof was gone. Several other houses' roof was gone. Mr. Palmer lives across the street from me. They had a window blow in, chimney cap came off. They had water intrusion, water damage in their home. Like I said, we were very fortunate, but the worst part about the whole thing was not knowing, not having any communications whatsoever as far as what was happening here. And with Dorian, a lot of people did actually stay, even though they were told to evacuate. And these are people that I know on Facebook and various other ways. I was, messaging back and forth with them, in constant communication. Yes, the city was putting out communication also, but I got people in Sandy Ridge. No, our power, it flickered once, it never went out. My wife was worried about stuff she had brought back, from a vacation, meat in the freezer going bad and everything. We didn't lose power, and we were very fortunate. Internet was only down for a short period of time. That came back up. I was able to look at cameras on my house. My neighbor looked at her cameras at our houses. We sent pictures back and forth, and we knew everything was okay. And that's the whole thing, just the feeling of not knowing what's going on. Communication better this time, yes, but there's still always room for improvement.
When Hurricane Florence came, Patty and I missed our flight to Switzerland. So we ended up going to Fayetteville, which was not too bright. One of the fundamental problems with communication now, and obviously I'm an old guy, and I remember when we had one newspaper, so that anything you wanted to tell people, you would simply put it in the newspaper, and everybody read it, and everybody cut out the coupons. The world is moving very fast today. Everybody has Facebook accounts and Instagram, and there's only one person in our neighborhood that I'm aware of that even gets a newspaper. We usually throw it up his driveway for him. So where do you go to get the information that the town is communicating to you, if they are? And I think that's a serious problem. We have multiple town websites. Many people depend on the Topsail Gazette for their news. The TV stations are generally not right on top of things. We need to, well, and even tonight's meeting, as far as I know, was never noticed in the media or on certainly on the town website. I think that what we need to do is designate one particular place to get communication on the web, one particular place to get communication from the radio, one particular place to get communication from the television, and somebody has to be designated to do that communicating. Like I said, I thought Chad did a nice job with the internet stuff during Dorian. But of course, during Florence, we lost the internet. It just wasn't accessible. So we have to have these alternatives, and you as citizens have to know where to go to find out what's going on.